Hello everyone and welcome to episode 41 of the Pride FC series here on the channel using WMMA 5 as it is Pride 29, the Fist of Fire show. How fucking fun, the rematch. Fucking Fedor Emelianenko taking on Alexander Emelianenko on the mind. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, Big Nog, as hopefully he could avenge his shitty screw job loss in Brazil. We were in Kanto for this one. So we run down the mail real quick. We re-signed Egan Inoue. He is down in rings though, so that's just a developmental signing. Carlos Newton has joined Team Tompkins again. Jake Shields, Diego Sanchez, Chris Lee, and Jeremy Horn, Vanderlei Silva, and Quentin Rivers-Jackson all extended their deals. For that should have already been deleted. As Chad Saunders, we stole him from UFC as he's 12-4. But the thing that's kind of scary is you look at the ratings on his fights. Not real good. Yeah, I mean, it being in Pancrase, I kind of get those last two, but his last two in Pancrase, but there in the UFC are very poor and then poor again. That's not good. Not good at all. Hopefully he can do something a little bit better, but it adds a little numbers to our welterweight division, and he's the 23rd welterweight in the world, so it kind of adds some legitimacy to it, as Jason Van Vlew is the American Top Team. Joins American Top Team, rather, as Hector Lombard extended his deal. He has still yet to been... we finally got him a fight. It's going to be Ronaldo Souza at Brazilian Bushido 3, back all the way in July. So, he's already booked up. And then Vitor Belfort left Brazilian Top Team after having a falling out with Jorge Patino, as, who is a, middleweight in 26-7 over there in UFC. Not really, I mean, he's lost to Pat Militech, and that was before the save, so yeah, he's beaten Mark Hughes. Right, he lost to Ryan Jensen though, but we'll see. As for Vitor Belfort, we'll see if we'll bring in Jorge Patino, but I know his record's impressive, but I don't know. We'll our middleweight division's already stacked as is, but Vitor Belfort leaving Brazilian Top Team, he could go to Shoot the Box. That'd kind of be where I would assume he'd go. Guess we'll have to wait and see though. Is that without further ado? Let's get into the show. Fuck yeah. As Fist of Fire. Here we go. I'll be a son of a bitch. The Last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko, taking on Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. As obviously this is Nogueira's 6th defense. If successful, it'd still be the record. Obviously we know they fought once before, Brazilian Bushido 1. And the robbery in Brazil, highway robbery of Fedor Emelianenko, as the two best round-pound fighters in the world. Nogueira is ranked first, Fedor is 22nd. As the 6th time Nogueira's main event of the Pride event, 3rd time for Fedor. Fedor has submitted 3 of his last 5 opponents. Nogueira has won 4 of his last 5 fights by decision. As Blurcat staff picks, 1-6, Steve, the lone backer of Fedor. Can Fedor do it? Oh, Fedor does it. As Vitor, the Phenom Belfort, taking on the White Shark, Andrei Semenov. What a fun fucking fight this is. As, 2 top 15 fighters in the middleweight division in Pride. Vitor Belfort 8th, Semenov's 12th. First time they fought, Belfort's going to have a 6-inch reach advantage, and Vitor Belfort will have the Blurcast stat picks 5-2. As Matt and Steve still backing all the fucking underdogs I see. As the Croatian sensation, Pat Militech taking on Matt the Terror Serra. Serra's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. Militech is the 5th ranked welterweight in Pride. Matt Serra's 7th. First time they fought, Militech is going to enjoy a significant weight advantage. Plus, he's going to have the 7-inch reach advantage. Slight edge on the Blurcast stat picks, 4-3, as the Croatian sensation, Pat Militech. 1-6 in Pride. He's only won against Masanori Suda. So, he's in the middleweight division there at the start, because we didn't have the welterweight division. So he lost his, 3 straight. The Vitor Belfort, Frank Shermark, Anderson Silva, 3 very, very great opponents. Then he beat Masanori Suda, a bit of a tomato can for him. But then he's taking on Kazushi Sakuraba, his kind of last, a middleweight title, or not title, just a middleweight fight in general. Lost that. Welterweight division starts up. He loses to Tsuchikeda, which is a great fucking opponent. Dennis Hallman, which is another great opponent. So he's just taking on great opponents. And sometimes that's just kind of the way it goes. But he's had quite the murderer's row. Don't know how he does if he loses this one. we're going to give him a tomato can to beat as the Croatian sensation, Pat Militech, taking on Matt the Terror Serra. See what happens there. It's Gary Big Daddy Goodrich taking on Tom the Big Cat Erickson. Third time they fought now. They're tied at 1 win apiece. Their last being at Prize 16 Beast from the East in 2001 when Gary Goodrich won by TKO. Both fighters are world-ranked super heavyweights. Tom Erickson 17th. Gary Goodrich is 22nd. Goodrich trains at Hammer House. Tom Erickson has an overall record of 3-0 against other members of that team. Jesus Christ. Tom Erickson just taking out all of Hammer House. Tom Erickson has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Enjoys a significant weight advantage, but Gary Goodrich is going to have a 6-inch reach advantage. 6-1 on Blurcast stat picks. Chris W. backing Tom Erickson. You can't count out Tom Erickson, but then again, Big Daddy Goodrich can end the fight just like that. As Mark the Hammer Coleman taking on the Boa Constrictor, Alexei Olynyk, as Coleman is the 16th ranked heavyweight in Pride. Alexei Olynyk's 24th. Coleman has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. The first time they fought, Coleman will enjoy a significant weight advantage. Blurcast stat picks 6-1 for Alexei Olynyk there. Then Ron Faircloth taking on Scott Hands of Steel Smith. 2 fairly new people in Pride in the middleweight division. Both have great records. We're going to see how this goes. Ron Faircloth has submitted 4 of his last 5 opponents. They're teammates. They both trained at Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts Academy. Just Mixed Martial Arts. I don't know why I was going to say Academy. But Faircloth's the 13th ranked middleweight in Pride. Scott Smith, 25th. So a bit of a leap for Scott Smith. If he can get this big win, that'd be huge for him. This first time they fought, Faircloth will enjoy a significant weight advantage. Scott Smith has a 7-inch reach advantage. 4-3 on the Blurcast stat picks. Scott Smith has the slight advantage according to the Blurcast stat picks. Then Naoya Ogawa taking on Yoshihiro Takayama. Just 2 big Japanese men are going to beat the fuck out of each other here. As this first time they fought, the betting odds have Ogawa as a favorite by a large margin, 7-0 on the Blurcast stat picks. As Masanori Suda and Masatsu Yano, 2, I would say, air quote, tomato cans. So Masatsu Yano actually has a positive record in Pride. He's 3-2. They work against Ricardo Arona, Evan Tanner, and Yuki Kondo. And granted, he's only had 1 good match, and that was when Quentin Ramirez Jackson knocked him out in 10 seconds. But maybe you can have a good match here. A good fight with Masanori Suda. I doubt it, but Yano has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Masanori Suda hasn't won a fight since November of 2002, a 3-year losing streak. 4 straight. If he loses this one, and it's not a good fight, he's definitely done. If it's a good fight, he still might be done. I'm on the fence about it. But, because it's the middleweight division, but, he's a guy, he's 22, and he'll be 22-14, so still have a positive record. It's, it's tough. It's tough out here. But the first time they fought, and Yano's going to have a significant weight advantage. Let's run it. Plus 150, minus 200, catch wrestling, shooter style. 31 years old, 29 years old, 5'9", 205, 5'11", 185. So Masanori Suda's got the height advantage, and Masatsu Yano has the weight advantage. Yamasaki's our referee, our judges, about to fight in front of our home crowd tonight. Yano, unsurprisingly, gets a loud ovation from the crowd as he makes his entrance. The fight begins. They get up close to our wrestling position and manage to get control of the clinch. Using his wrestling skill, Yano's trying to push Suda up against the ropes. He does so, pins him to the ropes, showing his ability to control opponents. Yano simply smothers Suda against the ropes. Nothing really happens for the next 60 seconds or so. They remain in close grapple exchanging occasional short punches. An ugly but effective tactic, Yano is pressing Suda up against the ropes, slowly wearing him down. They engage in grueling close-up battle of short strikes for roughly a minute now. Suda's trapped against the ropes. He takes a sharp stomp on the foot as Mario Yamasaki restarts him back into the center. They get close enough to clinch again, press him up against the ropes. As he wrestles free this time, though, circles back to the center. As Yano wrestles way into the dominant position, he's looking for a leg sweep trip. He does not get it. Now he's just going to push him up against the ropes. He does so. Now he's got him stuck there. They exchange short punches to the body for about half a minute. Halfway point in the first round, he goes for the foot stomp, but Suda works enough space to slip out away back to the center. Suda shoots into the takedown. He gets it. Yano's on his back. He pulls half guard. In half guard, Suda catches his breath, continues to throw a couple of punches to the body. Blocks a attempted move from half guard to full guard. He looks to get past the half guard now. Yano allows the pass, but it's just a ploy to allow him to try and scramble out of there. He ends up in half guard. Fires away his punches, does little in the way of damage. Yano tries to get the full guard on Suda, but he doesn't get anywhere with it. Suda keeps Yano guessing with a few quick strikes. As he blocks Yano as he tries to transition to full guard, he fires off a handful of punches. He's being blocked with gloves. As in half guard, Suda throws a couple of punches designed to keep Yano guessing. Blocks an attempted move from half guard to full guard. In half guard now, Suda catches his breath just to throw a couple of punches to the body. Again, Mario Yamasaki breaks him back up. Suda shoots in for the takedown. He gets it. I think he's 2 for 2 on takedowns. He is, and now giving his opponent not giving his opponent any room to work with. Suda keeps close body-to-body contact while throwing short strikes to the head and body, and that's the end of the round. As, yeah, you have to give it to Masanori Suda there. He's got the strike exchange, he's 2 for 2 on takedowns, he's doing a great job. Masanori Suda, with his job on the line, comes out and wins that first round. See what he does, if he can keep it going. Final round now, we're back on our way, gets it close enough to clinch, tries to take Yano down. He doesn't get it this time, he's 2 for 3 now on takedowns. Yano's got it, he's muscling up against the ropes. But he can't do it, though. Suda defended it well. He's using his wrestling skills to try to push Suda up against the ropes. He does so this time, though. Now he's just, complete control, just smothering Suda up against the ropes. Exchange short punches for about a minute. He's trying to get double underhooks in. Another minute lapses. Very little happening other than short punches and some posturing. Breaks him up for the third time now. Yano's starting to breathe a little heavier. Suda shoots in. He gets it 3 for 4 on the takedowns now. Now he's trying to get past the guard. He allows the pass, but it's just a ploy, just to allow him to try and scramble. 60 seconds now. So the scramble results in Yano being on his back, pulling guard. He's now trying to get past the guard. He isn't able to pass the guard, and that's the end of the fight nonetheless. And Yano had more punches landed, but I don't think it's enough. I think Masanori Suda is going to win the fight in decision. Let's see. Oh, we got Yano 1, Suda 1. Wow. Masanori Suda gets fucking robbed by the refs here. That's tough. He definitely won that fight, in my opinion, as now he has he's lost 5 straight. He's not out of a job. The way that happened, he shouldn't be out of a job like that. He's going to have one more fight. He got robbed. But giving thanks, Masatsu Yano praises the team at Presta. His favorite sponsor, the fans who came out to support him. Ogawa and Yoshihiro Takayama on the prelims, no less. 6-5, 2-3. 38 years old, 36 years old, 6'4", 255, 6'5", 265. Some big motherfuckers. It's judo, catch wrestling. You see the betting line, -780, +620. One-sided as it is. Referee Mario Yamasaki. So referee our judges as a hometown crowd for Yoshihiro Takayama as he gets a loud ovation. We're underway. Takayama closes in on Ogawa, looking to unleash some strikes. Takayama throws a quick punch, doesn't hit it. Doesn't land that one either. As Ogawa clinches, Takayama gets caught with a knee strike to the body. Another knee strike to the body as they grapple. There's another knee strike, this time to the side of the stomach. Now he's trying to wrestle backwards up against the ropes. He does so now. Here's a judo throw. Turns his hips. What a fucking hip throw. And he's got side control out of that. He's looking for the armbar. He gets the armbar. Quick tap out there. Neo Ogawa making short work of Yoshihiro Takayama. So he's making that 7-5 now. That was rated great. Name checks all of his sponsors. He thanks all of his fans who turned out to support him. Now on the main card, as Ron Faircloth taking on Scott Hands of Steel Smith. As 13-4, 9-2, both 25 years old. 5'9", 6 foot wrestling, hybrid fighting style. Both, Greg Jackson's mixed martial arts teammates. Betting lines, -150, -140, a tough one to call. As we will see, Big John McCarthy's our referee. Our judges will see how it plays out. Although they weighed in about the same, I always know why I say about the same. But it's noticeable that Ron Faircloth looks a lot heavier than his opponent. Now fight begins, touch of gloves, they come together and start wrestling in over-under position. Smith works his way into dominant position. Can't keep control of Faircloth in the grapple and he's soon being pushed around with complete control of the clinch. Faircloth tries to complete the takedown, doesn't get the takedown. Smith instead wrestling his way into controlling the grapple. Wrestles himself in the dominant position. Now he's trying to wrestle him to the ground. He gets the takedown. Smith has to pull guard. There's some minor strikes. Now he's trying to get a leg there. Doesn't get it. Smith keeps the guard tight. Tries to catch Faircloth with punch bits off target. He's trying to pass the guard. He passes to side control with ease. It's not good for Scott Smith. There's a knee strike to the ribs. There's a knee this time just above the hip. He's trying to get in the mount. Tries a sweep from the mount, but he just gets rolled and gives up his back instead. He's got the body triangle, looking for the rear naked choke. He gets the rear naked choke. Ron Faircloth making short work of Scott Hands of Steel Smith. As, that was a bit of a... It's kind of crazy how one-sided it was considering the rankings. Faircloth was 13th in the middleweight division. Scott Smith, I think, is 24th or 25th. And, that's a tough matchup. And Ron Faircloth gets the win. the rear naked choke. Giving thanks, Ron Faircloth praises his team, Greg Jackson's mixed martial arts, and his various sponsors. The fans game of sport, and he praises Smith for the tough fight. It's now Mark the Hammer Coleman taking on the boa constrictor, Olynyk, both 6'1". Mark Coleman's got 15 pounds on him, 12-7, 16-6. Sambo judo style, wrestling style. Hammer House, of course, for Mark Coleman. Team Evistian for the boa constrictor, Olynyk. Minus 110, plus 110, pretty close. On the big odds, a lot closer. I would have assumed it would be. Big John McCarthy's a referee. Our judges at ringside. Here we go. They touch gloves. They come together. Coleman's the aggressor. He's trying to muscle Olynyk up against the ropes. Doesn't manage it, though. Olynyk defends it well. And now he's trying to push him again. He can't do it. And now Olynyk gets the more dominant position in the clinch. Tries to lock his legs around the waist, wanting to pull him down the ground. Coleman defends it well, though. Now, he's got control of the clinch. He's trying to push him up against the ropes. He's not going anywhere. This is just a stalemate of all stalemates here. As Olynyk out-wrestles him again. Again, he's trying to lock him down. As he does this time. He gets pulled down and sucked into the guard. He's looking for the triangle choke. He pulls free of the triangle before he can lock it in. As there's a shoulder smash to the face and upper chucks of Olynyk. He's trying to grab an arm. Looking for the triangle. Defends it well, though. Time slips away as Coleman keeps Olynyk stuck against the ground. There's another short, sharp shoulder smash. He deflects a couple of punches that Olynyk threw from the bottom, peppering him with small strikes as Mark Coleman, making sure he keeps it very tight though, not to give any room to work with. Leans back to avoid a couple of wild swings. There's another shoulder smash. A couple of short punches there. Throws a few right hands. He takes a moment to plan ahead, looking for the triangle. Again, he pulls free before the triangle's locked in. Big John McCarthy stands him back up. There's a takedown attempt. He gets it. Now Olynyk has to pull half guard. Fires through his punches. Doesn't do little in the way of damage. Trying to get full guard on Coleman, but doesn't get anywhere with it. Pounds away, but Olynyk calmly deals with him. Tries to move from half guard to full guard. Coleman doesn't allow it. Throws a few right hands to the body. Looking to catch his breath, Coleman catches a couple of punches to the body. Keeps him guessing with a few quick strikes. Throws some small strikes, but it's clearly just taking a moment to try and catch his breath. He tries to get full guard on Coleman. Doesn't get anywhere with it. Punches down at Olynyk, but they are easily taking on the gloves. He blocked an attempted move from half to full guard, and that's the end of the round. Yeah, it was kind of an odd strategy that Olynyk had. I get it that he feels confident on his back, but you're talking about the man who has the most strikes landed in Pride FC out of the guard. I mean, the godfather ground and pound. You don't want to do that, and he got fucked up for it, and he's losing the round. We'll see what happens if he can win the fight, however, if he can finish in the second round. It's a bit of a snoozer. Hopefully the next round brings in a little bit more action. Here we go. Two fighters come together, start clinching, wrestling. Coleman manages to aggressively get a good position in the clinch. He's trying to push Olynyk so that his back is up against the ropes. He does so. His eyes got him pinned. He's trying to maintain control, but Olynyk wrestles his way out of it, out of trouble. Circles back to the center. Starting to slow down a touch, perhaps conserving a lower injury. Olynyk is. Sets up a nice takedown attempt. He's got another takedown. And Olynyk is on his back. He pulls guard. Oh, but he's got a guillotine. Could he tap him out, though? But no, he pulls that free before the guillotine can be sunk in. As in guard, Coleman throws a couple of punches designed to keep Olynyk guessing. Throws a few weak, relatively right hands. As time slips away, as Coleman again keeps him stuck on the ground. Close body-to-body contact. There's a couple of short, sharp punches to the side of the head. As Olynyk did that. Well, he pulled him in close. Coleman clings very tight to Olynyk while using short strikes, clearly trying to minimize the threat of a submission. He's got an arm, raises his leg, trying for the triangle, doesn't let it happen again. Again, break him up as they come together and clinch, wrestling. Coleman gets the advantage. Looking for the takedown again. He sweeps the legs and takes Olynyk down hard. Gives up the back, two rear naked choke. He doesn't tap him out at the end. And you're winning by unanimous decision. Mark the Hammer Coleman at 40 years old. He will still get a win. 13-7 now. Olynyk's going to be 16-7. Yeah. As a poor, but Mark Coleman, that was I would say that's on Olynyk, to be honest. Mark Coleman, he did his thing. He was trying to get the takedown. I guess that sometimes happens. So when you have that type of style, I figure with Olynyk he would try to do something out of the judo, something like that. But he was, he does more on the ground, does a lot more grappling and submissions and whatnot. Tries to finish the fight, which fair bucks to him, but. Mark Coleman thanks everyone connected to Hammer House for having prayer for this fight and supporting him financially. And he asked who he wants to fight next. He said he'd fight whoever they put in front of him, but he thinks Heath Herring would be a particularly good contest. He wants another wrestler contest. Gary Big Daddy Goodrich taking on Tom the Big Cat Erickson. Minus 240 for Big Daddy Goodrich. Plus 190 for Tom the Big Cat Erickson. It's 13-14 for Gary Goodrich, God bless him. 15-4-1 for Tom Erickson. See what happens. Big John McCarthy staying out there as our referee for this one. Round one begins. No touch of gloves. This starts to start with, drawing an audible reaction for the crowd. As Goodrich hits a left jab and then catches Erickson with a crunching right hook. He moves in closer, ready to attack. Erickson with a tentative left jab. He throws a punch, but Erickson avoids it. Let's fly with a verbal barrage of trash talk. As Erickson clearly respects his opponent's striking, as he should, as he is very wary about shooting and getting caught on the way in. As he can't hit the set left jab, then scores the right cross that lands hard. As it hits a jab, has no power behind it. It's Tom Erickson. There's another crunching right hook. There's a crunching straight right to the jaw, and he knocks him out with that one. Gary Big Daddy Goodrich is a bad motherfucker. 14-14. Knocks out Tom the Big Cat Erickson. I love it. As the trilogy has been made. And Gary Goodrich thanks everyone Connect the Hammer House for having him prepare for this fight. And the sponsors for supporting him financially. The interviewer asks who he'd be interested in fighting next. He replies that Mirko Krokop better be prepared. Because he's coming for him. Jesus Christ. We need to see that. We need it. That's going to end in at least a minute. Like, there's no way that's getting out of the first round. 2 men now are going to fucking let the leather fly. As the Croatian sensation Pat Militech takes on Matt the Terror Serra. 27-8-2. 8-4 for Matt Serra at 30 years old, 36 years old, 5'10", 183, 5'6", 170. Wrestling, boxing style, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style. Militech fighting system, Enzo Gracie, Jiu-Jitsu. Minus 120, minus 110. Again, a close one. Referee Yuji Shimada is our referee for this one. The judges underway now. They come together and strike, but neither fighter does any damage as Militech moves forward, constantly trying to pressure Serra into exchanging strikes. Scores with 2 counter jabs, throws a 1-2 comma, but Serra avoids both of them. The 2 fighters come together and they engage. Counters the right hand with a pair of left jabs that are followed by a left hook to the ribs. Using his reach advantage there, picking Serra off at range. He lands a jab and then lands a big right hand. 2 fighters stand and trade strikes, but neither lands anything damaging. Stalks forward, pressuring Serra. Serra hits a counter left hand. Serra buys a feint and is left open as Militech hits a left jab and he lands a right hand to the body. They come together and strike. As Serra misses the right hand and leaves himself wide open to be countered with a jab and a right hand. There's exchange of strikes at relatively close range. Nothing really happens, though. Come together and strike. As, again, Militech counters a right hand with a jab and a big right hand that just misses, though. They come together and strike. Militech lands a 1-2. Serra hits a good right hand. Moving forward constantly, Militech is constantly pressuring Matt Serra. There's 2 left hands on the counter, though. Matt Serra, there's a 1-2, but Serra was equal to it. Stepping forward again, looking to strike. He steps into the pocket. Doesn't trouble his opponent with a triple punch combo. Comes forward, walking down Serra. Again, steps into the pocket. He lands the left hand, but finds nothing with the air with a big right. As again, he moves forward, constantly trying to pressure Militech now. So that both men are just pressuring each other into striking, which is interesting. There's 2 left hands on the counter. A 1-2, but Militech was equal to it. They come together and strike, but neither does any damage there. As we pass the halfway mark now, they come together and strike. Neither fighter does any damage. The 2 combatants meet in the center, and they start to strike. Serra dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a powerful straight right hand that lands clean and knocks him out with that one. Matt Serra wins by knockout. Pat Militech now will take on a tomato can. It's 27-9-2. 9-4 for Matt Serra. That's a big win. Big knockout, too. Awesome. And Matt Serra doing a great job there. He's 1-1 in Pride, now 2-1. Lost to Diego Sanchez, and then he beats Sean Shirk, and now Pat Militech. He's going to be a force to reckon with in the welterweight division, that is for sure. Thanks everyone connected to Enzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for helping him for the fight, and his sponsor for supporting him financially. He names a local club and says he's heading there for a post-40 victory, and everyone is welcome. He knows how to use these interviews to sell himself. So now the co-main event. Vitor, the Phenom Belfort, squares off against the White Shark, Andre Semenov, as 16-5, 11-6, minus 280, plus 220, 27 years old, 26 years old, 6 foot, 5'11". Both 205. I'm sure Belfort might weigh in a little bit more once this fight happens. You know, he's going to look a little bit bigger. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, Sambo style. No team, of course, as you saw. Belfort left Brazilian top team and Team Vistian for Andre Semenov. See if he does better than his Team Vistian teammate and fucking Alexei Olynyk, but also he has another Team Vistian teammate in the main event, Fedor Emelianenko. Big John McCarthy's our referee. Judges at ringside opening bell. They touch gloves. Both fighters step in to strike. Semenov hits a jab. Can't hit the right cross. As Belfort lands a vicious left cross, and he knocks him down with that one. As he starts pounding away on Semenov, looking to finish the fight. Pounds away with lefts. And Semenov is having trouble dealing with that. And Big John McCarthy has to step in and stop the fight. TKO win. Under a minute, 37 seconds to be exact, as Vitor Belfort gets the big win there. 12-6. He hasn't had a win. Well, he beat Guy Metzger, but at least a big-time win was Ronaldo Sobral and Pat Militech. But Andrei Semenov, it's a big win. Semenov was, I think he was 13th or 12th. Yeah, he's the 8th middleweight in the world. And he beats him. He was on a 3-fight win streak, who also beat Ronaldo Sobral. But here he is, getting knocked the fuck out in 37 seconds. Vitor Belfort thanks all of his sponsors and his fans for trying to support him, and also God for giving him the power to win. It's now main event time. The man who should be undefeated. Fedor Emelianenko had Vitor selling the mine as the last emperor, Fedor Emelianenko, taking on Antonio Minotauro, Rodrigo Nogueira, Big Nog. Can he win cleanly this time? Can he win and not it be a fucking shit fest? Can he win by either unanimous decision and he earns it? Will he tap him out? We shall see. I'm 9-1, 17-2. Jiu-Jitsu boxing style, Sambo style, Team Avistian, Rus Valley Judo. Plus 300, minus 400. Come on, Fedor. Come on. As the title's on the line. Avenge your bullshit loss. Big John McCarthy's our referee. Our judges. Fight begins. They touch gloves. Jab hits home from Nogueira, then hits Fedor with straight right. They engage. Brief strike exchange passes without either fighter landing anything. Doesn't find the mark on the right hook. Fedor throws 2 punches, but Nogueira has a superb guard, absorbs all of them with ease. As Fedor shoots him with a takedown, he can't stop it, as he has to pull guard. Throws a few right hands, takes a moment to plan ahead. Nogueira secures an arm, or attempts to secure an arm. He fins it off, though, doesn't give it up. Throws a few right hands to the body. Unloads some right hands, but Nogueira deals with him comfortably. Drags Fedor in close control. Again, he's pulling him close, hits him with a couple of short punches. He did this last time. Fedor pounds away, but Nogueira's in trouble with strikes. Pulls him in close again. There's some short punches to the side of the head. As they look, trying to get an arm again. He gets it! Nogueira gets an arm bar and he taps him out. Fedor, he lost, but he lost with dignity this time around, as Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira wins by arm bar. And he puts that to rest. The 6th defense for the Pride Heavyweight Champion is in the books, and that was rated great. What a fucking card. As Big Nog thanks everyone can thank the Hoos Valley Tudo for having prepared for the fight, and then his sponsors supporting him financially. Big Nog has the Pride Heavyweight belt around his waist and celebrates having defended the title successfully. Wow, yeah, it's a critical rating 73. Wow. You know, kind of on paper, I was kind of like, man, this card, it's not the greatest as far as name value, but there's a lot of guys that deliver. Gary Goodrich comes to mind. Matt Serra seems to be delivering. You know, Big Nog, it was a lot better than the last fight, even in the last fight. I mean, that was great. That was great. The 20,000 people came out to Kanto to see it. We increased our pop everywhere. How fun. Fight of the night was Matt Serra and Pat Militech. That makes sense. KO of the night, Gary Goodrich, Tom Erickson. Submission of the night, Round Faircloth, because it was the only one of the... Oh, well, no, there was a couple of arm bars. Fun to say, but yeah. I would have gave it the arm bar to Big Nog, but I get it. It was complete domination, though, is where I get the Ron Faircloth one. Roy LaGracie, he was supposed to be in the lightweight Grand Prix, but depending on how that fight goes, he might not be. So I'm just kind of very curious to see how that fight goes. Because if Royler gets, like, knocked the fuck out or something, he might not be in as the silent assassin gets the win. 15-minute rounds. M1's crazy like that. So he got knocked down in 41 seconds. Yep. Blake the Snake Fredrickson knocks him out in 41 seconds. So now Royler is 8-8. How fun. Yeah, he's definitely not going to be in the lightweight Grand Prix, because the lightweight Grand Prix is in April, I believe. It might be in May. Now I'm thinking about it. It's either April or May. Either way is when it starts. He's not going to be ready for it. But we were prepared. We just set it up without him, just to, you know, make sure that happened. Just in case that happened. Oh, it is in April. How fun, yeah. That's how we have it set up so far. Here we go. I obviously we're going to have the Frank Shamrock Dan Anderson fight, which Dan Anderson's ready to go. We're just going to wait for Frank Shamrock, which is in 13 days. How fun. Around the, right before Brazilian Bushido, so we'll advance to that and whatnot, get that all set up. As Ronaldo Souza, he extended his contract. Tom Erickson, Pat Militech. Oh, we signed Akira Kikuchi, who is welterweight 9-4. UFC tried to sign him, so we just kind of cock-blocked him. But he adds, he's 9-4. We'll see what he can do. As we'll extend all those guys and whatnot. As thank you all for watching, and we will catch you guys next week for more UFC. Oh my God. For more Pride FC action here on WMMA 5 as Brazilian Bushido 2. How fucking fun. Take care, everyone.